Hey guys, it's James here again. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're certainly better than I'm feeling at the moment. I'm still a bit under the weather. Well, I recovered and then got a bit worse. So, typical English way, eh? But, oh well. We're here at the moment during the half-time of the World Cup final. Cool, what a half. Argentina have absolutely played amazing this first half, but it'd be good to see if the French can come back. But, great game so far, and the best team shall win. Anyway, let's get into today's video where I'm going to give you guys 5 books what I think you should be reading next year. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so book number 1, what I think everyone should be reading next year, if you haven't already, is Atomic Habits. I've done a great video about Atomic Habits, which I'll put a link to in the video right now, and there'll also be a link to down below. It's a really great book, and I think certainly the concept of putting in place systems, processes, rather than setting goals themselves is something that can benefit us all in life. If we focus on building the systems up, the goals that we was thinking about achieving will end up coming to us anyway. We'll be able to achieve those things, and once we hit the goal, we'll have the process to then continue on to the next goal. So I think if we can all give Atomic Habits a read next year, and not just that takeaway, there's a lot more, but I thought I'd just give one for each book in this video. I think if you do that one out of it, I think you'll certainly benefit from the book. So make sure you give a read of it and let me know what you all think. So now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so book number 2, what we're going to be talking about, is another one that I've spoken about on the channel, and that is The War of Art, a great book which I listened to on audiobook on my cruise this year. A real great one by Steven Pressfield, and it was one that I came across through Ali Abdaal, and it was a real great eye-opening listen, where it talks about all different sort of ways of resistance that we might see when we're trying to focus on our passions and things that we know we should really be doing, you know, such as going to the gym, starting a business, you know, doing good things in life. We're always going to have those forms of resistance there, and in the book, Steven Pressfield talks about all the different forms of resistance what we may see, and in what he talks about, which I think is a real key thing to think about when we're wanting to break resistance and we're wanting to, you know, build a business, or if we're wanting to form that great new habits, we need to treat things like a professional. If we treat things as a hobby, we get hobby results and we're less likely to do things. But if we treat things like a professional, just like we do at work, and then we can apply the same things that we would with work, such as, you know, we've got to go and put that work in each day, we're going to have to do them X amount of hours, we've got to be focused. If we can treat something like a professional, then you're going to get those professional results that you're looking for. So 100%, The War of Art is a great read, and one that I'd really recommend for next year if you haven't read it already. Okay, book number 3 in the list. So I hope you've all read this already, but I'm sure not everyone has. So Getting Things Done. If you've not read it already, this needs to be put to number 1 of your list of books to read. If you're looking to become more productive, you want to get more tasks done, you want to get these projects completed ahead of time or on time, and get things done that you really know you should be getting done, Getting Things Done will give you the system you need to get there. Rather than giving one whole takeaway from the system, because it's a complete system that David Allen talks about in the book. It's something you need to implement in your life, and I'm telling you now, if you read the book and you implement what he says, you will get more things done, from quickly capturing tasks and getting them organised, setting up projects, managing those projects, reviewing them. He covers absolutely all bases in this book, and you will have a stellar system what you can cover. I've got it in my Notion, and I will do a video about it. I know I've said about it, but I'm going to do a video showing my productivity system in Notion. But I've got it implemented in Notion for myself here. I've got my task management, I've got my project management, all in there. I follow David Allen's system, and let me tell you now, I get so much more done compared to when I hadn't read the book. And I will be doing a separate review of the book and a summary of it itself, so make sure to stay tuned for that. So yeah, Getting Things Done to the number 1 of your list if you wanted to get more things done in 2023. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so book number 4, what I recommend everyone read in 2023, is a book that came out this year, which is Building a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. Another one I'll be doing a review on very soon. But it works very well alongside Getting Things Done. I have the 2 systems both alongside each other in my second brain on my Notion. I've got GTD in there, and I've also got my second brain in there. And the concept what Tiago talks about of PARA, which is projects, areas, resources and archives, it just works so perfectly for capturing things, becoming more creative and thinking about things, and coming up with new ideas, or holding old ideas that we need to come back to. The second brain is a concept what I think everyone should be implementing in their lives, and I really would recommend giving that book a read. I'd say out of these 5, getting things done and building the second brain. If you want to get more productive, you want to get more ideas, get more things done next year, them 2 books, read GTD first and then building the second brain, those 2 hand in hand, they will change your game next year. And if you read them both and don't, then please message me, because I'd love to hear how it hasn't worked. But I'm telling you now, it will change the game for you next year. So make sure you get them 2 read. Now, let's get into the last of the 5 books I recommend reading. Okay, so business isn't something I've spoken too much about on the channel yet, but it's something that I'm going to talk a lot more about in 2023. And one of the books with regards to business that I highly recommend everyone to read is Traction by Gino Wickman. It's a whole, as they call, an entrepreneurial operating system in this book. It talks about everything from setting up accountability charts, setting up the vision for the business, your business, quarterly rocks, meetings, standard operating procedures, literally everything what you need to organise your business, systemize it and get it in place ready for some explosive growth. Gino Wickman covers in this book, you know, my particular things that I've enjoyed and I've implemented myself would be the accountability chart, quarterly rocks, which I'd say it's not just something you should be implementing in your life. I know I talk about implementing processes rather than goals in Atomic Habits, and it's something what I've been doing in my life, but in terms of business, and you can implement in your personal life, setting quarterly goals for yourself, which can then go towards your actual yearly, 3 yearly, 5 yearly, and then 10 yearly goals is something that I find highly beneficial, and it's something that helps me to keep track and ensure that I'm going to meet those much more longer term goals that I have. And Gino talks about all these things in the book. I think the level 10 meeting pulse, what he talks about in the book, is a great thing to implement for a business. Helps everyone keep on track, deal with the issues each week, and come to terms with everything. So if you want to sort of supercharge your business, as they say, if you want to get a bit more organised, systemise things a bit more, I'd say Traction is a really, really great read. He's also got 2 bonus books, what I'll talk about now, which go along with these, which is Rocket Fuel, where he talks more about the roles of the visionary and the integrator within a business, and how these sort of 2 roles of people can work together, and how you can sort of find yourself an integrator if you're a visionary, or if you can find a visionary if you're an integrator, because Gino talks about how these 2 roles, these 2 forms of people, when working together, they can create rocket fuel for your business. And then following on from Traction, you've also got a book by Gino called Get a Grip, which is essentially Traction, but it's a sort of a story of how a business implements Traction themselves and how they are able to grow as a result of it. So yeah, 2 bonus books there to go along with Traction. Okay guys, so that's 5 books that I'd highly recommend everyone to read in the new year, both on business and personal development. I hope you enjoy all of them. I hope you actually give some of them a read. Let me know if you do. Let me know in the comments below what books you would recommend. What 5 books would you recommend everyone else to read? It'd be great to hear from you guys and let me know what you think, because it'd be great to have some recommendations from you guys of books that potentially I haven't read yet. As always guys, if you enjoyed the video, please drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, if you're interested in hearing from me each Sunday, then sign up to my email list. There'll be a link below to that. And as always guys, I'll see you in my next video. Take care and have a great week.